Uh, I've got another little story about symbols, and it's a common problem in today's society. You know, we have a lot of little symbols like crosses we set around our house. These are just a couple we have in our home. This one stays on the kitchen cabinet, and this one was in a little desk area where my wife has a little desk in the laundry room office area. Crosses are a symbol. A friend of mine was reading one of my books, and he had the practice of praying on the front porch, and he started praying more specific when he read my book, Prayers Satan Hates, and he was going through his family and kind of praying for him, sitting on his front porch one day, and his wife had just bought a cross like this one, and he as he was praying for his son, who was a college-age young man, he decided that God was impressing on him to put that cross in his son's room. He thought, well, that's weird. I've never done anything like that, and what difference would that make? But he felt, as he prayed for his son, he continued to feel that God wanted him to do that. So he did. He got up and he went in his son's room. His son is living at home, even though he's in college, because he's saving money, and he's got part-time jobs too, so he works late in the evenings and doesn't get home till pretty late. And my friend goes to work early in the morning, so they don't see each other very much. But he went in his son's room to put the cross in there, to be obedient to what feeling that he had he should do that. And he thought, I'll just set it in the middle of his desk. And then he thought, no, I don't want to be obvious with, that's kind of weird. He'd come and say, why'd you put that there? And so he said he went up to the bookshelf and he put it behind some books on the bookshelf. And then he went back to praying for his family, and he felt good that he had obeyed and done what he thought God wanted him to do. So he went to bed that night, and his son was still working, and he got up the next morning and his son was asleep because he'd been up late working and got in late. So he goes to work early, and before 8 o'clock, his son shows up at his office at work. And he says, well, come in, son. How are you? Something wrong? His son comes in his office and shuts the door, which never happens. And he sat down in his dad's office and he started crying, just sobbing, bawling. And his dad got up and went around to the chair beside his son, and he put his arm around him and he said, son, what's wrong? And the son kept saying, Dad, I'm so sorry. I've been disobedient. You taught me to do the right things, and I've done the wrong thing. And he said, well, son, what is it? He said, well, first, I need your forgiveness. He said, you're my son. You've already got it. Now tell me what's wrong. What's got you so upset? He said, well, Dad, I've been sexting. Two other girls about my age started sending me pictures of themselves, and so I did that and sexting pictures back to them. And I knew it was wrong. I knew better than to do that, and I disobeyed you. And I've done it, and I just need you to forgive me. He said, son, you're forgiven. It's okay. And they prayed together. He said, now, son, I want to ask you something. How long has this been going on? He said, a year. He said, a whole year. Yes, Dad. He said, well, why did you come in today to tell me about it? What was different that made you come do this today? He said, Dad, I don't know. When I got home last night from work and went into my room, I couldn't get it off my mind, and I felt like I had to come confess it.